Now recording. I hope.
You hope?
Yeah. Here, let's do this logo side backwards. So I could be
OBS
drinking from
Kenobi.
calling the cops.
You know what? I'm going home. It's my ball.
Dude, it's my Nintendo. I'm the one who wins. All right. I'm player
I get
one.
the good controller. It's my house.
Yeah, you get the fucking Mad Catz controller.
Right? You get the GameCube controller with the broken joystick. Because only I win at Need for Speed Underground in my house.
You get the Nintendo 64 controller that has major drift, where the stick doesn't even stay. It just is like a limp stick. Skit. That didn't come out right. The joke was there, but like you try saying stick skit. It's not easy.
So biscuit, stick skit.
Yeah.
So limp stick. Oh god. Limp stick skit.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is.
But yeah, so I had something. I still have something on my mind that I need to talk about. It's what happened to me over the weekend.
Okay.
So,
I heard part of it from your girlfriend.
about my tournament?
Yeah.
Dude, okay. Thursday night,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I'm going to get into the zone. I've got a practice disc golf chain in my backyard, or in my front yard.
Okay.
So I got all my putters out, and or at least all my putting putters. I didn't use my throwing putters, and I was just putting from the backyard, different distances. Got it. I was dialed from like point blank all the way out to like 60. I was feeling really confident.
Mm-hmm.
And a 60-foot putt is no joke. That's like the edge of circle 2, and that's a more difficult putt.
Huh.
And the fact that I was hitting those, I was feeling really good. So I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to get off work. I'm going to go to the chiropractor. I'm going to get realigned, and then I'm going to try to go to bed early, and I'm going to get rested up, be ready for the tournament on Saturday. And that's exactly what I did. Friday, went to the chiropractor, got adjusted, was feeling awesome. Got back home. I was hanging out with my brother and my friend Dalton on PlayStation.
Nice.
It got to be about 10 p.m. and I was like, all right, I'm calling it. I was like, Roger, my brother.
Yeah.
I was like, we have a tournament in the morning. I'm going to bed now because I want to be able to wake up on time. And he was like, okay, I'm going to do the same. So I wake up at like 6:30 the next morning. I get ready. On the way out the door, I forget I bought 2 Pedialytes because the temperature forecast was 101, real feel of 109, with a UV index of 8. So
bacon.
Supposed to be terrible, yeah. and like a little breezy, not too bad. It was calling for 16-mile-an-hour gusts, but like an average of like 2 to 3 miles an hour, just sprinkled. Gotcha. So I was like, okay. The wind's not going to affect my game, but the heat is. So I bought a couple of Pedialytes, the Advanced Care Plus, the most hydrating Pedialyte you can buy. And then I forgot them in the fridge before I left. But I showed up to my brother's house because we rode together the tournament. It was a doubles tournament. We're on the same team. Best shot format. So we both throw, pick the better shot, and then we both throw from there, pick the better shot, so on and so forth. This is our third doubles tournament that we've done. And the first doubles tournament that we did was terrible. We finished, well, it wasn't terrible. Like in retrospect, we were still top 50% of the field. We finished 1 over across 2 over across 2 rounds. So 1 over each round.
Okay.
So this Saturday we go out. And this is a course that I like playing, but I've only played it a couple of times. It's kind of a long bomber course. It's designed for higher arm speeds, longer throws, not so many technical shots. And before I hated it, but I'm not gonna say I've mastered my throw because I'm far from it. I can't throw 600 feet like some of these guys can, but I can throw over 400. Like I could stand at home plate in any Major League Baseball stadium and throw it out. I could throw a home run.
Spicy.
Yeah. So, and my brother can too. And actually, my brother just made, so he works for a disc golf manufacturer, but he just made the Gateway Disc Sports ambassador team. And he is technically now a sponsored disc golfer.
Hey yo.
So, yeah, pretty cool. Big news from him. But, and he found out Friday night.
I have a
So,
question before you continue.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you could throw a disc that far. Can you throw a burger that far?
No. I don't even know if I could throw a burger. Like, if I were a catcher, I don't know if I could throw somebody out at first, which is 90 feet.
That, and when you said you could throw a home run, I just pictured me trying to like order a frozen lemonade. You know, like tracking the guy down and being like, "Hey, can I get like one frozen cherry lemonade?" And your disc just fucking comes over and knocks over my lemonade, and he's like, "No refunds, kid," and I'm just having a bad time. Anyway, go
That's
on.
funny. So yeah, we show up to the tournament. Like on the way there, he's like, "Do you want a coffee?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do want a coffee." So we stopped at insert biggest coffee name chain here that I don't like, but it was readily available.
I fucking love Calvin's Coffee. I don't even know if that's a real place. I just fucking used alliteration. I have no idea. Not
But
sponsored. In case you are Calvin's Coffee, give us a call though.
that's funny. But no, dude, I really hate this brand and I hate the way their coffee tastes, but I needed caffeine. So we stop and get coffee. I put some extra sweetener in mine because it's notoriously not sweet. And then I downed my coffee like right away.
Mm-hmm.
And they had water and stuff at the tournament. And for the first round, it was overcast. So
Okay.
the clouds were out. It wasn't as bad.
Okay.
I was still putting on sunscreen to be safe because I'm pasty white.
Hey, I burn too real bad actually. That's the white
and
half. I get fucking crisped.
So here's what I need you guys to understand about the way that I am a competitor. So I recently got good at disc golf. When I got my number, when I got my amateur number, I wasn't even that good.
Huh.
So where I am now, I'm more competitive than I was, but I'm also still me. I'm not going to stop being me. So I get really excited for people when they do cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still joking around. I'm having a good time. I really just want to bring everybody up
Right.
because my idea behind it is if everyone's having fun, it makes it a lot easier to celebrate the small things and not get in your head.
Yeah.
So, and that's how my brother is too. And we got lucky. We actually played on a card. So a card is basically two teams.
Okay.
So it was me and my brother and our card mates. One of the guys works with my brother
Nice. Okay.
and they have a rapport and he's really funny. And
Cool,
it was
cool.
his friend as his partner. He was also really cool. So we just had like there's a good vibe on that card.
Gotcha.
And we went out and lit the fucking course on fire, dude. We were 6 under. 6 under par.
Damn.
We finished that first round 6 under par. We were tied for 4th. There was a team
Golf
at 10
claps for
under.
my man.
Yeah.
For
There was
sure.
a team
That's
at
really good.
there was a team at 10 under. There was a team at 9 under.
Woo.
There was a team at 7 under. And then there were 6 teams tied at 6 under.
There you go. Yeah.
So we finished that first round hot, dude. Like long drives, not missing many putts.
This man's
Putting
in the
for
upper
eagle on par
echelon.
5s. So, like, we were legit killing it. And this was a nationals qualifier.
Woo.
So we finished that first round and we had the idea like, okay, we've got an hour. Let's go stop at the pharmacy. Let's get some Pedialytes for sure.
For sure.
We need to stop and get some food in us. We need carbs. We need salt. So we ate
Peter's
we ate some like
Puffs.
sandwiches. No.
I'm just gonna keep off-branding shit.
No, we ate some like sandwiches and stuff, and then we made our way to the second round. And the second round is a course that I've played in a tournament capacity a few times.
Okay.
And I'm not a fan of the course.
Huh.
It's probably my least favorite course in the area.
Ooh.
That didn't play a factor into how I was playing though, because I was still, when we got there, I was still warm. I was still putting well. We actually birdied the first 2 holes in the second round, but we had a different card. And these card mates were so stoic and rude and just fucking,
That's the
it
fucking
was,
worst.
and Roger and I, we were trying to do the same thing to them. Like, hey, let's break them open, get them on our level, and then psychic vampire their good energy and play well. But these
So if
guys
you're on a
fucking,
card with somebody, are they your opponents or your teammates?
they're opponents.
Opponents. Okay, I thought so. I was just making sure.
But
That
even then,
sucks.
man,
Yeah, no. Who
it's
wants
not
your?
even like a. When I say it like that, it sounds like we're being strategic about like how we were doing it, but we're just genuinely excited, and
You're
we were
trying to have
trying
a
to
good
hype them up.
time,
Yeah, and
and
they
that
were
makes
like
sense.
seemingly getting really frustrated, which I'm not a fan of. It brings everybody down.
Yeah, yeah. Don't be.
So
Yeah.
we started this first round. We birdied the first 2 holes, so like a proverbial 8 under, and then it just kind of fell apart. And we wound up finishing that round +1, so we
Okay.
were 1 over par. And my brother got legit robbed, not like at gunpoint and his stuff was stolen, but he threw one of the most beautiful disc golf shots I've ever seen in my life.
Mhm.
It was about 360 feet through a tunnel, really technical, tight, wooded shot, and he flashed the chains on it. Like I looked like it was going in the whole way.
Damn.
And it landed, and what would have been a birdie, there was a downed limb that spanned from circle 1 to circle 2. So it was like 40 feet long, and we lost the disc in there. We couldn't get it out. So we had to go back to my shot, which was a shank, because I couldn't keep my hands dry. I was sweating so much
Fucking
because the sun came out
robbed.
and it was 109 fucking degrees.
Ugh.
Walking back to my shot from his shot, my legs started to cramp up and then
Ugh.
didn't really stop. So we started on hole 4, made our way. That happened at hole 11.
Mhm.
And that was kind of the turning point for the whole round, where it just kind of went downhill from there. And then we finished hole 18,
Mhm.
and the walk back to hole 1 is about 3/4 of a mile, and it's uphill. Every step of the way, my calves cramped. Like literally every step, Charlie horse, Charlie horse, Charlie horse, Charlie horse, Charlie
Ugh.
horse. And I was walking like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo with my legs flailing out to
Yeah.
stretch them to keep my calves from locking up.
Right. Yeah. Because that's gonna. Oof.
And we get over there, and I have my little tournament stool. It's like a little fishing seat.
Mhm.
So I sit it down, and I'm sitting on it, and I'm like rubbing my calves out, trying to get the knots out and get back to like, I've got 3 holes left. We can at least, like, I know these holes, they're birdieable. We can do this. And that first throw on hole 1, when I put pressure on my legs kind of fucking gave out and I fell off the box.
Jesus Christ.
And then the next 3 holes are downhill,
Uh-huh.
and then throwing up the same hill,
Ugh.
and then throwing down the hill, and then you have to walk back up after you finish the third hole, because that was our 18th technically.
Ugh.
So yeah, just a bad finish overall, man. And I watched people cheat. I watched people just I genuinely think that people cheated their way into first place because it was 109 degrees outside,
Mhm.
and there were people that finished 20 under total.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that they cheated specifically,
Uh-huh.
but I did see people cheat. I watched people. There's something called a mandatory. It's basically like if you've got an obstacle like a tree,
Yeah.
there's an arrow pointing one way. If you miss that, you have to go to a drop zone, take a stroke. Basically like a hazard in regular ball golf.
Right.
And I watched people ignore that and then putt and like consider their score birdies when it would be +2. Even.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, was just genuinely unhappy with the whole experience during that second round. And I was frustrated, man, like to the point where I was going to cry. Like I got into the car and I was like holding it together. My brother's like, "What's wrong, man?" And I was like, dude, we were setting the world on fire.
You
And
played your asses off, man. Like that's gotta be fucking frustrating, dude.
you know the worst part is they've released the standings today and
Uh-huh.
we tied for 10th out of 23.
Okay.
So like realistically, we're good. We're a
Yeah.
good team.
Yeah.
But we were also just barely top 50%. And we were also one spot away from making money.
Right. Oh shit, that sucks.
Yeah, so basically that's called cashing. You cash at a tournament, that means you're in the spots that make money. We were one spot away from cashing. And that
Right.
was 2 strokes total.
Knock down a couple
Um,
cheaters and you're there.
oh dude, it's beyond frustrating.
Yeah.
And I watched my body give up on me.
Yeah.
And granted, there was a lot of external factors, like the heat came into play, dehydration came into play.
Mhm.
But I was doing everything in my power to stay competitive that day. Like I made sure I had Pedialyte. I was drinking hella water.
Yeah.
Um, I even didn't. I ate, but I didn't eat to excess. I ate
Right.
just enough to maintain
Fuel.
and keep
Yeah.
going. So, like for that to happen, it was super frustrating, and I was on the verge of tears in the car. And my brother's like, "Dude, don't let it get to you. Like we had a really good
That was
day." And I
really
was like,
good.
"Dude."
Yeah.
And I remember I looked over at him and I was on the verge of tears, and I was just like, "I had a really fun day with you."
Yeah.
It's like this was a great day together, but competitively, this hurts more than anything I've ever done. Because it's like after that first round, the only thing that I could liken it to is like, let's say for example, you were doing like a local production
Mhm.
in Utah,
Yeah.
and somebody from Broadway was there, and they're like, "You're awesome." During the second act, and then the third act rolls around, and there's a wardrobe malfunction. They go, "Oh, that guy can't act."
Yeah. Yeah, man, that sucks. I was thinking of a similar experience I already had where I'm not gonna say what I was in because I don't want the director to hear this. Not that he listens to it. But I had the part pretty much. Like I was doing all the work, the legwork for it. And he goes, fuck it, because I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. It's crushing, man. Like it's
Yeah.
crushing. All I heard from your girlfriend was that it was super hot and you came home and like passed out.
Mhm.
That's what I heard.
I
I
was
didn't hear the rest of
actually
it, but
I was so out of it, I don't really remember Sunday.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like I called my other brother today. I have a couple of them, but I called my other brother today, and he was like, "Yeah, you told me about the tournament." And I was like, "Fucking when?" And he was like, "You told me the other day." I was like, I'm like, "Dude, I don't even remember." Um, it was just all in all, really frustrating experience. So today is Tuesday. We typically record on
Oh
Thursdays,
yeah, it
but
is Tuesday. It does feel like a Thursday. But if it was Thursday, I'd be on the way to Oregon.
mhm.
'Cause that's
So
where I'm going this week for a wedding. But
Mazel tov.
before we go any further into this episode, I think somebody owes us something.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
You were getting very sleepy.
Can I stop you for a minute? Sonny,
What do I owe
we're
you?
20 minutes in almost, and you haven't said it. You're killing me. Oh, brace yourselves. Oh no, he's getting the water out.
So anyway, it's Tuesday, right?
God
Welcome
damn-
back to Milktown.
Well, that was quite an opener. How motivational that you.
Well, I'm not even done. I was about to
shit.
keep rambling. So, because it's been a whole journey, man,
All right.
since Saturday. So today's Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yesterday I go into work. My brother's like, "Hey, like we finished this spot. Like here's the email." And I'm like, "Cool, whatever. I don't fucking care. I'm angry." While I'm looking it up, I'm trying to look up the tournament to get the results. I see another doubles tournament coming up. Same company. This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is Dark Ace Disc Golf. Not a sponsor, but I love George. And if you like disc golf and you like metal music, go check him out. the last year's USDGC, Nate Queen. He's currently with Dark Ace, and we stay in a long haired king. But I'm gonna stay silent for a second because if my mic picked up my stomach gurgle, that was gross.
That was I heard a little smidgen of it. I'm gonna censor it like fucking.
But see another tournament. It's put on by this same company. They did the last one. It's a doubles tournament. It's on my home course, like where I learned to play disc golf in Columbia, Missouri. One of the best courses in the country. It's called Harmony Bends at Strawn Park. It's a beautiful course. I love it. I know it like the back of my hand, and I know that if Roger and I go together, we would have a perfect round. We would finish 18 under. It's one round. It's not
Ooh,
two like this
okay.
last one. It's only one. It's a qualifier for nationals, and I message him like every 20 fucking minutes, and I'm like, you say the word, we're signed up. Like I don't care. We can do it, man.
Yeah.
Because, and I've told this to people recently too, and I don't put much stock in this stuff, but last year, so you know how there's like those fucking posts that get shared around on Facebook and stuff where it's like, this is the money squirrel, and if you like it, you'll get blessed
Yeah,
with
all
money.
that shit. Yeah, I feel that.
So
The money squirrel.
it's just,
Of all the ones I've seen, I don't think I've seen the money squirrel, but that's fucking funny.
it's just
Put that shit on a t-shirt.
the money squirrel. Yeah.
Speaking of
Maybe.
t-shirts, a couple of people have gotten their stuff, man. Their merch.
Yeah, I know. I
we'll
noticed
plug
that.
it more later because I know you're telling a story, but yeah,
very cool. It's very cool. I'm excited to see those pieces of merch out in the world. But
Yeah.
this post, it's kind of like one of those like share and you'll receive type things. But it was like if you have predictive text, make this pattern on your keyboard, and whatever word pops up describes your next year. And this was last year. And I was like, fuck it. I don't ever do these. Why not? And I went, boop, 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 did the pattern.
And it said Milktown, and here we are.
It didn't. The word that popped up was Winthrop. WINTHROP.
Okay, what the hell does that mean?
So you know how I mentioned that these tournaments are qualifiers for USDGC doubles nationals? That nationals tournament is being held in Rock Hill, South Carolina at a course called Winthrop Gold.
Somebody get this man on a bus, on a plane, on
So,
a train.
It's funny because these tournaments didn't exist last year.
Huh.
I started playing tournaments last year.
Okay.
And I saw that and I was like, oh, that's funny. Winthrop's in South Carolina. I'd love to make my way out there and play it. And then literally within a month or two later, we met George, who owns this company, and he we have a rapport with him. We like him. He's a good dude. And they started putting on these doubles tournaments, and then the doubles tournaments turned into nationals qualifiers, and that's just where nationals is.
Nice.
It seems too serendipitous to not, like, I don't believe in blessings. I don't believe in stuff like that. I do believe in there is a magnetism to the universe, or at least maybe something that exists in our brain where when we want to pursue something, your brain hyper focuses subconsciously on the things that you want to pursue and opens those opportunities to you. So, like, yeah, like that was just a bullshit Facebook post, but for some reason it's stuck up here. And now I have these opportunities that correlate with that in a really weird, like, serendipitous way. And it's just like, oh, okay, like, yeah, that's sure, they hold fucking nationals doubles tournaments there, whatever. But to me, it's like, I got good at disc golf out of nowhere. Like, I was bad. This time last year, I was terrible. I could barely throw 200 feet. And now I'm throwing 400 feet. I'm consistently under par. I don't want to go off and I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent about it, man. But it's just like,
you're making me nervous because I don't have to play disc golf, but I have to play ball golf with, like, my in-laws at this wedding. Like, all the women are gonna go get their manicure, pedicure. We're gonna go play fucking 9 holes. I haven't touched a golf club in like A decade, man. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
I will say ball golf is a different animal, man.
oh,
There's
for sure.
I like the fact that in disc golf there's no disconnect between you and the flight.
Yeah,
You are directly responsible for the flight of the object.
yeah.
Whereas in ball golf,
So much
your
more
club is your
physics.
tool.
Yeah,
And you have to control the swing plane of the club face, and the angle,
and
and
then your
not
positioning with the.
exactly. So there's a lot more disconnect there. And granted, people find enjoyment in that. For me, the frisbee is life. But no, it's weird. It's a really weird thing where it's like it's a game.
Mhm.
It's a game, but it's like there's a YouTube series put out by a disc golf company called Dynamic Disc called The Physics of Flight.
Uh-huh.
And every time I see these pros talking about how they got into the game and being competitive, they're talking about they fall in love with the flight of the disc,
Mhm.
which is a weird thing to say, but like if you picture a standard household like whammo frisbee,
Mhm.
like yeah, that's fun. That's a fun catch disc.
Right.
But like a disc golf disc, there are so many characteristics to it that they do weird things. And when you start to really get a grasp of that and you can manipulate that flight,
Mhm.
it becomes infinitely more fun.
Knockout City. Sorry. Anyway. No, I just feel that's how
So,
I felt about Knockout City lately, which is like totally unrelated. But there's like some weird small things where it's suddenly like, huh, I used to suck at this game, and then I'm like, I suck less. Great.
right? It's like it's kind of like
And now I'm
anything though.
addicted.
Like if for example, like our friend Raven the Kid, he beats my ass in Dragon Ball Fighters.
He just
Like
may I just say he likes to just invite anybody to come on in and fight him,
it's
and he
true.
wipes the floor with everyone.
It's true. He's good.
He is
But
good.
he was sitting there kicking my ass and he was like I'm not gonna do an impression of him, but he was like, hey man, when are you gonna actually try? And I was like, I don't know how to block. I'm like, I don't know the controls.
Yeah. Man, so growing up, you know, Mario is naturally really talented at any game you put in front of him.
Mhm.
Video games, Magic the Gathering, sports. Like if there's a game, his brain is wired just the right way to fuck you up in it. Man, try going 10 years playing all these fighting games with Mario and fucking losing all the time. Only trying to get good enough to be at his level. And then I go play anyone else and I'm like, wow, that was really, really easy. It kind of helps getting your ass drilled in something. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He did that to
Oh, but
me in Michael Jackson The Experience of all things, the dancing
oh
game.
my
I know
gosh.
you have a disdain for Michael Jackson, but that's not what this is about.
I
This is
do.
about I'm a musical theater guy. He's a band kid. We play one song, I don't remember what it was, and he beats me. And I went, "Oh hell no." June 16th rolls around, my like 15th or 16th birthday. My ass goes to GameStop, picks up a coffee, 5 stars all the songs, come back to Mario and fuck him up. And now
That's
he
pretty
doesn't
funny.
want to play with me anymore, but
So the other part of my tangent is I really wanted to talk about motivation today,
Mhm.
which was the key thing, because after this experience, my body failed me.
Mhm.
And we've had conversations before. I'm not sure on how much of a public setting. I know when Raven was on, we talked about fitness,
Mhm.
but fitness, for all intents and purposes, for the last, I'm 26, 7 years of my life or so, has played a factor in and out of different realms. Like there were times when I couldn't afford to do it or I was too lazy. Like I made excuses.
Mhm.
I'm coming up on about a year since the last time I worked out steadily.
Mhm.
And this is pertinent to the story I told you about me almost dying in the heat when I was out of town.
Yeah.
So I put on about 30 pounds since then,
Okay.
which I'm not happy about.
Mhm.
I stepped on a scale last month and it hurt my feelings. So I witnessed my body fail me, and I can't control whether or not people cheat.
Right.
I can't control the weather, but I can control how my body reacts
Mhm.
to these external factors. So I I had to sit there and come to terms in a different state than I have had to come to terms with things in the past. So typically when I've solved internal conflict, it's been my own internal conflict.
Mhm.
And I've had to sit there and really figure out like, oh, why does this make me angry? How do I get over this? Or how do I learn from this? And this time it was like I really gave it everything I had
Mhm.
and it still didn't go my way.
Yeah.
And granted, there are these things that I can't control. That's
Mhm.
fine. What can I do for the next time when I do have the control?
Mhm.
Because like I have the skill, I proved it. I
Mhm.
fucking proved it. Roger and I were shot for shot all day long. That first round, if we were playing singles, we both would have been 6 under.
Huh.
Like it wasn't necessarily what we were relying on each other. We both would have finished 6 under.
Mhm.
We were throwing the same shots mostly all day. So Sunday, I think it was. I'm not sure. Sometime in between Saturday and yesterday,
Mhm.
I decided I'm going on a very strict diet. I'm going back to the gym all the time. I'm going hardcore. I'm going to drop 50 pounds in 3 months.
Okay, damn. That's some
Yeah.
shredding, bro. Holy shit.
It's pretty extensive. I'm not stoked about it. I'm not stoked about the journey. I, I am stoked about the results because I've done it. I haven't shed 50 pounds before, but I've changed my physiology before to
Mhm.
really extreme extents. So the first time that I got into fitness, I went from a size 36 waist
Uh.
to a size 28 waist
Woo!
in 2 months.
Boy, howdy. Holy
And
shit.
that's and when I say this, I need you guys to understand that I'm not lying to you. I never have, I never will, and I
That's
will show
fucking
you my shoulders to prove it.
this man.
I am natural.
You
I
showed me those
don't use any
pictures that one time, and I was like, "Holy!"
Yeah, I don't use anything but pre-workout and protein.
Mhm.
That's it. I don't do anything else. So, and like I said, I'll show you my shoulders to prove it. I don't have roid shoulders. I don't have roid gut. I just have fat gut, which is different.
Yeah.
So, um, it was a really frustrating experience. And today I went back to the gym hard. I started my workout like I have been with a mile run, and then I did my workout. Um, I did a
Wow,
different
we
workout than
started
I
our
normally
workout the
do.
same way. I also
I'm
do a mile run first, and then I knock out some muscle stuff, and then
So I have asthma,
oh, okay.
and I just recently figured out how to breathe the right way while running
Mhm.
to not kill myself.
Good, good.
So I can run a mile on the elliptical, which granted, whatever that means for anybody,
Mhm.
less resistance, but whatever. My knees suck.
Yeah,
Years of abuse, so
yeah.
I can I can run a mile on the elliptical without stopping full, like almost sprint pace.
Right.
It takes me 6 minutes to do it. Um, I would like to get that to the point where I can run 3 miles without stopping. I want to I want to find discipline again.
Yeah.
And I know that you understand what that means because you've had martial arts in your life.
That and can I tell you something that's really funny?
What's
Because I
up?
didn't know we were going to talk about this, but all week I've been taking notes on discipline for when I get back from this wedding. And I have like all these that's why I pulled them over. I was like, "Wait a minute. He's talking about all the shit that I just took notes on because when we come back, I'm only going to be like a month out. Like a month and a half out from going back to school again.
Mhm.
And it's going to fucking fall apart if I don't start working on my health cuz goddamn am I like lethargic. Is lethargic the word? No.
Lethargic's I
It's
would use
a
that.
word. Yeah, all the time. And I took some really good notes. We could talk about it later. Now I'm kind of excited, but go on.
But that just goes to show that you and I independently operate in parallel lines.
Mhm.
Which is so the I said it earlier, it's like the magnetism of the universe. Like
Mm,
we would not have met, but here we are, like operating in the similar thought space.
yeah. No, that's freaking
And
me out.
so it's like I understand that not everyone here plays disc golf. I understand that not everyone here does martial arts, but everyone here should have goals.
Mhm.
And I'm not here to be an influencer, but I hope that you can take what we're talking about and find something in you that you can apply to your goals and make you successful. Because like I said earlier, I love seeing people succeed. I
Yeah.
want to hype people up about it. So I hope that if you find that here today, then that makes this worth it.
Hallelujah. No.
Oh
You were
Lord.
like you were in like televangelist mode, but I feel that. No, I've been listening all week. I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel, but I was taking notes on like following the path of most resistance because naturally humans want to follow the path of least resistance, you know. Easy to sit
Mhm.
on the couch. Whatever is easy, you know, your brain wants to be in that mental space of safety and things are easy. But when you force yourself out of your comfort zone is when you really do like fucking all the shit that you wanted to do. Like win at disc golf and not faint in 106-degree weather and such. And I know for me going back to school, I'm just fucking like I remember how much of a physical toll that like doing stage stuff took on my body. And I was a teenager when I was doing it last, so my body was still changing. But I don't have that anymore. So now I really got to get back in shape because it's a lot of even just like singing has been rough because when you're out of shape, you can't hold notes as long as you would like to anymore. And it's fucking like, really? Why am I winded? It's a fucking, it's four
Y-
beats. What the hell am I on? Anyway.
You know what I used to do whenever I was getting into voice acting for the first time and studying like breath control
Uh huh.
and because I've never been a singer. I did choir once,
Yeah.
but I can match pitch. It doesn't sound good. Like
Okay.
it's whatever. I would love to be able to sing beautifully. I just can't. So, uh, but I used to like when I got back into working out
Mhm,
and I used to as part of my stretching routine before I would work out.
mhm.
I had the same stretching routine every time. I would stretch my whole body. I would make sure that I stretched my core as well. I wanted to make sure that everything was loose and ready to go. And then after I got done, my core was always the last thing I would stretch. So I would do like the seal push up to stretch my
Yeah.
abs out.
Mhm.
And then as soon as I was done with that, I would fall into like a downward dog type position to kind of stretch my back out. And then
Oh
I would roll
yeah.
over onto my back. And then I would practice breathing for 2 minutes.
I like
And
where
then
this
I
is
would go and
going.
work out.
I mean, what?
Oh yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
it's the last few days have been a really weird series of events. I wouldn't say they've been unfortunate, but it's been weird. And
You've lemonade your last snicket, my friend.
it's weird to see it because and just speaking of like the serendipity of the universe too, like so disc golf for me, I'm competitive in it. I like it.
Mhm.
I I started playing the sport the way that Terry from the other guys learned ballet. He learned it as a joke to make fun of the kids that did ballet.
Oh
I
shit.
After my year of solitude,
Mhm.
and I think I've talked about that before.
Mhm.
I took a pay cut. I moved cities. I moved in with some people I barely knew.
Mhm.
Luckily, they were very nice, and we got along pretty well. And one of my roommates, I would come home from work, and he'd be watching disc golf coverage on television, and
Ah.
he'd be like, and I'd walk in, I'd be like, "What is this?" And he'd be like, "This is disc golf," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, like that can't be that hard." And he's like, "It's actually pretty challenging."
Mhm.
I was like, "Whatever, dude. It's just a frisbee. You know how everyone reacts." I'm sure that people listening to this that don't play are thinking the same thing. Like, whatever, it's
Yeah.
just a frisbee.
I played
And he was
one
like, "You should,"
game with Sativa Cyborg of all people. I was really high when I played that game.
and a lot of people are,
But
or drunk.
it was fun. And then he brought me right to work. and I was about ready to throw up and collapse because it was so hot outside and I had to work serving job,
Hmm.
which was always fun. Anyway, go on about making fun of
Was
your
that in
friends and stuff.
California?
I was in California, yeah.
Do you remember the name of the course that you played?
No, we were up in like Ramona area, I think, but I don't
Was it
know.
just like a park course?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Because there's a really cool course in San Diego that gets a lot of coverage. It's
oh
like through a really wooded park. It looks kind of like jungly. I can't recall the name of the course right now, but it's cool. I would love to play there someday.
yeah.
But yeah, started started disc golf as a joke, and here I am. I barely even I don't talk to those guys anymore, and yet that one experience so profoundly affected me
Mhm,
that it also drew my brothers into it. It's something that we started doing together to have fun.
mhm.
That was it's A, cheap, and B, easily accessible. So we started doing it together, and we're all kind of built the same way where once we start to show any signs of progress, it's
Mhm.
immediately competitive.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily in a bad way. It's just like, and our reactions are the same even. So if one person gets better, it's like, fuck you, I'm better than that. And then I'm working on getting better than that. And then next time we show up together,
Mhm.
he's like, fuck, I'm better than you. And then it's just a cycle. Um, my brother Roger, who is now a sponsored disc golfer,
Mhm.
he had the same reaction that I had. He started learning it as a joke, and
Mhm.
then he found out it was fun. We were both bad for a long time, and then just good.
Boom, good.
I really don't know. Like, all these people are like, yeah, we put in all the work, we put in all the hours, we practice.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, we do that, but it's also, it doesn't feel like we're doing it for that reason.
Mhm. It
It's
feels like
more
fun.
just yeah, it's like, it's the way that you would fucking, have friends over to play Risk after school.
Shit, man. I'm a risk master, let me tell you. I played a hole
I
one time and I won, and I was like 8 years old.
I love
And I
Risk.
think that makes me a master. I don't know. I haven't played in a long time. Another thing I'm gonna do. I love the gym, but once my schedule starts, I know I'm not gonna fucking be bothered. So I'm gonna cancel my membership. But a bunch of space just opened up in the garage outside. Your boy's about
Hmm.
to get fucking swole in the garage. I'm ready. I'm about to buy a whole bunch of equipment and fucking do it.
Cool.
And
That's
that'll
how
be
I did
fun.
it the first time. I did it in the garage.
Make a home gym because that way, anytime I want to fucking go out there, I just
Yeah,
do
you
it.
could just wake up and go.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Sick.
working out
I'm
also when
lucky
I'm
enough.
stressed out and it's about to be some real stress. So I'm like, fuck it.
I'm lucky enough now. I live like 4 minutes from the gym,
Mm.
so I could walk there. I could take the back way and be there in the same amount of time as I could drive there. But
Nice.
um, yeah, that's where I'm at mentally. Is just like I gotta fix. I gotta fix stuff. uh, in more ways than one. Like, I gotta fix my body. I gotta fix my golf game. I gotta fix my stream schedule.
I
I
gotta
gotta
fix my
fix.
attitude.
Yeah.
But I'm always fixing my attitude. I've had a lot of adjustments over the years, and now I was at a point for a while where I'm like, wow, everything sure does feel empty. So I started therapy, and that kind of helped me
Mhm.
work on my attitude about just like living in the moment and stop detaching myself from the moment. And things are getting better every time I go, man. I've
That's
only
good.
been to a couple sessions, but therapy's good. Working out is good.
Yes.
Both of those
Any
things.
amount of physical activity is good for you.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna buy me a jump rope. Mix it up. Like I love like running's all right,
Oh,
but jump rope is like my jam, man. I fucking love jump
the
rope.
thought of getting on a jump rope right now, just after the weekend that I had. I
but
mean, I'll do it,
right.
but fuck. I need my cardio to get better before I start trying to jump rope. That and I need my gut to go away. Otherwise, I'll just have
Ow,
like a
ow,
hernia.
ow, ow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So.
both looking forward, but also not super looking forward to it. As far as eating habits go, I'm like, you could feed me. I think I was saying this in the car with Stephanie earlier, but I was like, you could fucking feed me rabbit food, man. I don't really. I could pay careful more attention, but like, I don't care if I'm eating fucking candy or salad, which I don't know is better or worse for me. I don't really like candy anymore, though. Not a huge.
I
As I'm getting older, sugars become like
Oh, dude,
I'm
I
out
have
with
I
it.
have a massive sweet tooth. But earlier, I had this thought today. I'm not saying it's my idea because people have done it. I looked it up,
Hmm.
but I love Greek yogurt.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite things. The way that I used to do it is I would take granola, I'd mix it into my Greek yogurt, I'd throw some blueberries in there and a little bit of honey, and that was the way that I would do it.
That's how Steph does it too.
I had a thought today
Hmm.
that I could mix protein powder with Greek yogurt, so I googled it. People do it, and it's like a protein pudding. So I tried it when I got home. I have a banana cream flavored protein, and I have regular
Oh,
Greek yogurt, and I mixed it together, and it tasted like banana pudding, and it was fucking fire.
love it. In my Discord, I still have a whole section for self improvement and either physically or mentally, or if you're going on a hike or you're getting gains, that's all still there. I haven't looked at it in a minute. I was trying to fix the wiring up here. We got that all out of the way, more or less. So you can go hang out in there, or I'm sure we could do a Milktown section for it if people wanted.
Yeah, we totally could. I'm not opposed to that at all. If you guys want to share your progress in any aspect, we should have like a hype yourself channel.
Yeah,
We
that'd
should.
be cool.
I think for what we talk about and for how often we talk about mental health, I think that would probably be a good thing to add.
Can I speak of
Um,
something that's not mental health?
yeah,
So you
absolutely.
were flexing at the beginning of this. Don't know if I was recording or not. Guess we're gonna see when the video comes out. But you were flexing and I did this gesture, like this bow down one. So
Mhm.
that's what people do when Vince McMahon comes out. He comes down to the WWE ring. You know, since he's the CEO, everybody does the bow down. He's in some hot water right now because he may or may not have bribed a subordinate and another employee for um explicit favors. So he's in like deep shit right
No.
now. Mans has the audacity to come out. He usually doesn't even come out anymore like that. Like he doesn't really come down the ramp. He comes out to open up SmackDown, which he's never done. You know he's doing it just to be cheeky. Like he's in trouble and he knows it. The
Mhm.
fans have the audacity to still be like, I'm like, if I was there, I'd be booing and flipping his ass off. And so
Yeah.
the audacity, the lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. I swear to God. Um, Another wrestling news for you wrestling people out there, all three of you. Yeah, I see you. Um, John Cena came back on Monday. It was his 20th anniversary. Um, so that was
And if you
cool.
didn't see it, don't feel bad.
Because I didn't either. I just heard. I don't
No,
watch it
because
actively. Oh,
you can't see
stop!
him.
Oh my God! No! John
Hey,
Cena.
hey, don't be mad. Make peace with it.
If I could hit you, I wouldn't. But God damn it, Sonny.
You could try, my guy. You know, speaking of
Make
hits,
peace with it. God damn.
speaking of hits, I do want to say that today's milk fact, not necessarily a milk fact, but one of my favorite scenes in any movie involving milk comes from the 2004 smash hit, Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay.
And it's whenever he's in the FFA competition and they're having him test the milk for defects. And he's like, the defect in this one is bleach. This one tastes like you got into an onion patch, whatever. I looked it up for fun, not the scene, but the movie.
Uh-huh.
Napoleon Dynamite, 18 years old, 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yep, it is June 11th, 2004 was the release date.
That was 5. I remember seeing it though. Not at 5. I was a little bit older when I saw it, but
Yeah, I mean, I was 9 when that came out, so
yeah,
I did see it at the time.
good shit.
But yeah, it's Napoleon Dynamite is Dynamite. Oh God,
I thought you were
Napoleon
gonna say Dynamite Kid. I'm like, that's a wrestler, man. But all right.
Dynamite, Dynamite. Seen Black Dynamite?
Dynamite.
No, not Jimmy Walker, Michael J. White.
Oh.
Speaking of which, so last week we kind of talked about like DC superheroes a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and I kind of got in a mood where I wanted to watch some animated DC stuff.
Yeah.
So Under the Red Hood, which we talked about, it is on HBO Max if you want to watch it. It's so good. But there's a Batman movie that is it's animated, but it's also a kung fu movie, and Michael J. White is in it. And I did not pay attention to a single minute of it, but I had it turned on, and I know it exists. It's called Batman: Soul of the Dragon.
Huh.
So
Man, speaking of dragons, uh, I want to say something for everybody out there. Men's clothing, men's fashion, fucking bullshit for big guys, let me tell you. Fucking absolute dog shit. Anyway, I went to like 3 or 4 stores today just to get, a wedding outfit. I don't want to talk about how much that shit cost. We had to go to Men's Warehouse. That's how bad it was. I was just trying to find like a nice dress shirt, just fucking for the wedding real quick, Checked out Target, nothing. Checked out Walmart, nothing but like Hawaiian shirts and like Dickies work shirts, which I'm not gonna wear to a fucking wedding. We went to Kohl's and that didn't work out. Like, we went to Men's Warehouse, very pricey. But speaking of dragons, Dragon Ball Z cap, like baseball snapback. I really wanted it. Um, didn't end up getting it. Don't remember why. Too frustrated with shopping at the time. But that like it was a blur. It was like store number 3, Dragon Ball hat, $200+ at Men's Warehouse. Fucking.
oh yeah, I wore my Dragon Ball Z shirt to the gym today,
Nice.
and now I'm wearing this flamingo shirt.
Nice. Much love for the flamingo gang.
Oh yeah, you already know what it is.
Stephanie's mom's favorite animal was a flamingo before she passed. So now there's flamingos everywhere. So I'm going to tell Stephanie to watch this episode because she's going to like your shirt.
Hopefully she also likes our anecdotes.
Man,
yeah,
we should
this
just do a
is-
pod where like we replace ourselves with our significant others. Make them talk. But then I feel like Milktown would get too literal. And I don't know if I want to go down there.
I know my girlfriend well enough.
I don't think Stephanie would go for it.
Oh, Bailey would, but would want to immediately get political.
Oh shit.
And that's
And then Stephanie
Milktown.
would like step aside from that. She doesn't really like talking politics.
No politics in
No
Milktown.
politics. We don't even have a mayor. We just have milkmen. It's fucking anarchy out
That's true. Yeah, no, it's really.
here. We were going to bed one night and Stephanie rolls over and goes, "So which one of you is the Milktown mayor?" And I went, "We don't have one of those."
The Milktown mayor is
Mayor McCheese.
No. No, it's really not even like a like there is technically a government because we have a postmaster general,
We do.
but
But his name's not General Mills. Okay, I'm gonna stop dropping fucking.
no, it's postmaster general Crimson Lance underscore.
Yeah, underscore.
And
Man,
then,
you called him Crimmy. You were
That's
like,
he goes by
you
Crimmy.
were like, let's go raid Crimmy, and I'm like, yeah, man, drop the username, and then you dropped it, and I was like, God damn it, I should have known. I just wasn't thinking about it, man.
I know that you raided into him the other night. Thank you for doing that.
Dude, I fucking. Love
He's had a
Crimson
tough
Mills.
go of it, man. He lost a friend recently to a battle with cancer.
With the big
And
C. Ooh.
I know it meant a lot for us to come in and say what was up.
Yeah, man, I fucking love that guy.
Yeah, he's good shit. Ironically enough, too, I hadn't talked to him in a long time before I started streaming,
Uh-huh.
and I just recently started letting people back into my life via Facebook.
Ooh. That's a big step.
I had one. So okay, I deleted it in 2018 to
Okay.
focus on myself.
Yeah.
And this was at a time, I don't even know if you still can, but for a while you couldn't delete your account. You could only deactivate it.
That's funny you say that because 2018 is when I started my 3-year-long journey of fucking self-improvement. So that's funny. I was 19 and I was like, I'm a horrible person. Maybe I should, or at least through my eyes, I felt like a piece of shit
Same.
person. My therapist was
Same.
like, you had some good parts. And I'm like, yeah, man, but like a lot of self-improvement.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
But I actually deleted my Facebook. I didn't deactivate it. I was able to delete it in 2018. I
Nice.
didn't have it again for a long time. The only reason I re-downloaded it
Hmm.
is so I had access to Marketplace
Ah,
because
good, good.
people the paradigm shifted from Craigslist to Marketplace
Yeah.
for local buy sell stuff. So I downloaded it from Marketplace. I didn't even really I still don't really have much information on my Facebook. Like I don't have the city where I live and stuff like
Right.
that. Um, but I started just accepting friend requests for people that I knew, just kind of letting people back in. Cause I also, for my day job, I sell insurance. So I figured, you know what, if I can make a few Facebook posts about insurance, maybe get some sales, whatever.
Yeah.
So I started letting people back in via Facebook. And then back in like February, he popped up, Crimson Landstead. He
Yeah.
popped up on my recommended friends and I was like, oh, I love this dude. I haven't talked to him in forever.
Yeah.
And so I added him and we started chatting. And then from there, it kind of devolved into like, oh, yeah, I'm streaming and he streams. So we started hanging out in each other's streams. And then the server got built, the Streams Come True server.
Yeah.
And now it's just kind of evolved into this weird amalgam of stuff. Yeah.
Milktown.
So it's definitely weird, but yeah, I got a lot of love for that guy. He's great people. And my heart goes out to him right now for sure.
Yeah,
But
for sure, man.
um,
Holy shit. I was thinking, um, you're getting all somber. You look like you need a moment.
no, I'm cool, man. I was just I was in thought.
Yeah. I've been thinking about the future. Not just of
Like,
Milktown, of just like what I'm about to go through this come August, man. I don't know. I didn't think it was a big deal, but every day I think a little bit more about it because that is when school starts. This will be the first
mhm,
time, this will be the first time I've gone to college and had a car. It was like public
okay,
transportation. So that's going to be way different to be able to get places in like 15 minutes. It's cool.
yeah,
It's going to be the first time I go to college and I'm not like grasping for something to be about, if that makes any sense. Like
you're
I
not
do the
looking for
stream,
purpose.
right? I do the stream thing. I fucking do the podcast thing, man. Like I feel more myself this time. Like I actually bring something to the table besides grasping at straws, which is a good feeling.
Yeah, self security
Um,
is nice, man. Knowing
yeah,
who you are as a person
yeah,
is literally half the battle.
yep. And knowing is half the battle.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty hyped. I want to see results,
Mhm.
obviously. Um, Mostly physically. I mean, I love school. I'm good at school though. I'm good with people. I can do that. I want to see like physical. I shouldn't be having such back pain at 23. The amount of back pain I have on a daily
Fuck,
basis is fucking insane. Like, Stephanie and I
fuck.
started doing yoga together because my back is just so stiff. So I'm hoping the working out and just everything goes in tandem for me to like be able to move and actually look good for my wedding, which would be cool.
Yeah, that
Don't
would
know when
be.
that's happening anymore. I know it is happening. I don't know when anymore. She says she wants to
Yeah,
do it
no,
like
plans have changed. Yeah,
next spring or whatever now because we're doing school and stuff and I'm like whenever.
yeah, yeah. Obviously, let me know.
No, Sonny, you're gonna be last on the list. No invite for Sonny
I'm
says to
coming.
dude, after the show. Fucking relax with
Oh my god, I'm coming.
that. I
I
was
could have
gonna
said it even weirder,
I
but I'm
was
not
gonna
going
tell a
to.
story, but I can't tell that story. I'll have to tell you when the when the podcast is over.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, WWE references don't feel as good now because Vinnie Mac's in deep shit. Oh god, what do you? Oh, you're moving your hand. I'm like, is he gonna pull out like a Macho Man? What are you doing? No.
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
Let me tell you something, Nate. You come up in here thinking you can control the ring, yeah. But you can't, brother. Because I'm the cream of the crop, yeah. Rise to the top.
Oh, speaking of like impersonations, we were at a Lowe's recently and we were getting like a new fan for Stephanie's bathroom or something. It was me and Stephanie and her dad. This cashier lady at the Lowe's is like, "Oh yeah, I can help you with that." Like She just had that accent about her, which is weird because they don't really have that accent here in Utah. You know what I mean? Like that was a
No,
different
but
one.
you're close to North Dakota.
Yeah, and so like on my way out, I guess I wasn't far enough away from the lady. From Stephanie's perspective, we weren't far enough away for me to go, oh yeah, up on the roof. You know, like the lady didn't hear, but like it just made me immediately
Oh
snap and like,
no.
oh Stephanie, let me help you with that. Oh yeah, then I banged her nails on the roof. You know, like
I get it. I get it in the way
it was
that most
impulsive.
people won't understand. I'm obsessed with voices.
Yeah,
Like that's literally my whole thing. I
yeah.
love voices.
Really, I didn't know
Uh,
that you said stuff, Sonny.
who would have thought? But no, it's like even if I don't do a great impression of a celebrity in particular,
Mhm,
accents are my fucking bread and butter. I love accents, especially all the different American accents because there's actually a lot.
yeah.
My favorite that I can't do, I wish I could, Philadelphia.
Oh no, I can't do that one either.
Like I could say a couple words and like maybe get close, like
Yeah.
hoagie, like
Oh yeah.
like I'm not even gonna try anymore because I don't have that capacity. But I love the Philadelphia accent because it's so ridiculous. And Nick Kroll, he had a show called Kroll Show,
Yeah.
and there was a skit that he used to do called Ponsylvania, which is like it was a dig on like Pawn Stars and like other reality television.
Uh-huh.
And it's about rival pawn shops in Pennsylvania, one in Pittsburgh, one in Philadelphia. And the whole gimmick is them doing these Pennsylvania accents that are so good.
my
And it's ridiculous. I love it.
my mom is notoriously from New England, as is all of my aunt, my mom, all of those people. Those people. I don't mean it like that. So like she dropped her accent completely. Okay, don't look at me like that. I'm talking about those New England people. They know who I'm talking about. Good ass pizza though. Anyway, um she mostly picked up on like California lingo. She doesn't talk like a Californian because that's where she is now, except for words with like a aw. So like coffee, like she still goes
Mm,
coffee, and that makes me crack up even now. Um, have I told the smell your feet story? This is like a tangent about my mom.
I don't think so.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay, middle school boys don't smell very good.
No.
My brother and I were both in middle school at one point, and we were doing our own laundry, but my brother would like I don't know what was up with like maybe he just had more pungent smell of feet or whatever for his socks. So my mom is very sensitive to smells. And like sometimes I think parents aren't really aware of what they're really yelling out loud. And my mom got so irate about this smell. And these are like paper thin walls in the apartment. And as loud as she can, she's just fucking going, smell your feet! Smell your fucking feet! And now Stephanie's gonna hear that and be like, what the fuck is he on about? But like it's a really funny, like the things parents will yell and it kind of sounds ridiculous out
Yeah.
loud.
For obvious reasons, I can't relate.
Well, yeah.
But I mean,
It's
I can kind of see the point. I can't
uh,
think of a specific example. I mean, obviously, I had parental figures in my life, but I can't think of anything like that.
yeah.
But
Hey, Sonny, have I told you about the Beyblade black market?
oh my god, dude, I don't drink alcohol, but I will. I'll do it. I'll break my fast. Um,
My fast is permanent. I hate alcohol. It makes me feel like shit. Oh my god.
that was
Uh,
a little bit of theater for you, some acting,
I
if you
wouldn't I
will.
wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah,
The only thing
yeah,
I
you
know about
would.
acting is acting like a
It's like,
fool on
oh, I'm
Milktown.
so thirsty. Not drink a drop.
And not drink. That's true.
Did you see all that water fall off of my
Yeah, I
face?
did, and I'm keeping that in.
Yeah, it definitely landed on my crotch and it's very
Yeah, it
cold.
was like dripping from the beard. I didn't want to ask.
I got for anyone that's interested, cold crotch. Just letting you know.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Um, So I wanted to bring up an old game that I played as a flash game.
Cold Crotch.
No, not Cold Crotch. God
Classic.
damn it! Now you got me thinking of crotches.
Oh no.
Fucking. It's called Doodle God, and it used to be a flash game where you would just mix elements together to make new things and keep mixing things till you got them all. The PS
Okay.
Vita has a version of it that has like 200 plus things in it. I'm going on a road trip, so I'm trying to pack this bad boy with like as many fucking games as possible. So any suggestions? This will actually come out after my road trip. But any suggestions
Yes.
anyway, because I'm addicted to this Vita. It sold really well in Japan, but like in America we got nothing for it. I bought it originally because in Europe, I thought first of all I thought this was like a worldwide thing, but it's only in Europe. You can download the original Crash Bandicoot. Oh, look, he's talking about Crash again. Fucking shocker. But like the original 3 games, fucking handheld. Could you imagine? Like it was mind blowing.
I can. Because they re-released the Insane Trilogy on the Switch.
Yeah, I know, and I have it. Thank you. I'm just saying that was before the Switch. Like I had bought this, and I was like, "That's crazy." And then they were like, "Oh yeah, only in Europe. North America fixed it in 2014." And I was like, "God fucking damn it." Anyway,
Did you ever have a Game Boy Advance?
I never had one, but I own one tangentially through Stephanie now.
So, I had a Game Boy Advance as a kid. My cousin Daniel, and if you listen to the bonus episode of Milktown, I believe it's called Seven of Pentacles. That's my cousin Dan. He gave me his Game Boy back in 2003, somewhere in that time. The games that were included in this gift were Simpsons Hit and Run, or maybe it was Simpsons Road Rage on the Game Boy Advance.
I know what you're talking about because they did have a Game Boy port, and it's so interesting to see like driving games on the Game Boy.
Honestly, the Game Boy port wasn't terrible.
No,
it was actually
a lot
pretty
of driving
fun.
games were really good for the Game Boy.
It wasn't top down either, which was nice.
It's hard to do. So
yeah, and then Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
okay.
Which, by the way, I randomly had a thought about today, just like when you pick up items in that game, and I remembered like the sound effects from the game and the soundtrack, and it made me really happy. But regardless, there used to be these cartridges that you could buy for the Game Boy Advance that had TV shows on them.
Yo.
And I mean, granted, keep in mind, you pop the cartridge in, you're watching the TV show, it is on a Game Boy Advance. The sound is coming from a Game Boy Advance. It's not like watching YouTube on your Switch now. You're watching, I had a Fairly Odd Parents one. And it's like watching Fairly Odd Parents on a fucking
speaker.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
It's like it's green pixelated because of the way that it was put together. Granted, I watched the shit out of it. But yeah, I just like randomly when you were talking about the PSP and stuff, that popped back into my head. And if anyone out here also had one of those weird Game Boy movie cartridges, let me know which one it was and whether or not you wore it out like I did, because I had a lot of fun on that thing. I used to constantly switch between that, and then there was a Yu-Gi-Oh game that it was in Japanese when I got it. There was a way to switch it to English, and I somehow managed to accidentally do that. Because I was like 9 at the time. So, yeah, very cool. Dude, that game was fucking fun too.
That makes me happy to hear you say that, like, you heard an old sound effect in your head and it made you happy. Because, so I wiped my YouTube a little bit. Today, I had an idea for a new show. Not gonna pitch it on here. Gonna pitch it to you when we're done. Well, not really pitch it, but I'm gonna tell you about it. It's called Checkpoint. I've named it Checkpoint. It'll be very cool. I'm very excited.
I think you and I have also once again had another parallel idea, because I actually have notes down here from stuff I've come up with while thinking. Let's just say it that way.
That's what all these papers are. I'll be at work and be like, no, gotta write that down because I'll forget.
Oh no, so let me put it this way. Your version of thinking, and when I say thinking, very different. So, but yeah, no, I've also had ideas for shows. I've also thought about, like, keep this in mind too. If we ever wound up in a similar space that was close together, we would probably have a fucking dope sketch comedy show.
Milkmates.
'Cause I love sketch
They're
comedy.
roommates, but milky.
Oh my god, they were roommates. Don't spit your fucking lemonade all over your keyboard. But yeah, I'm down to hear your show pitch. I was actually listening to, I guess it was last episode, when I was editing the audio, and I wrote it down to bring up to talk to you about Nope whenever we go and watch that, because we were talking about having a discussion. I think that we shouldn't even do that
like on my own, because Stephanie doesn't like scary stuff. So,
but I was thinking that we shouldn't even talk about that on a podcast. I think we should do that as secondary content, as like a
we gotta start putting
dissection of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another thing I wanted to bring up to you. That one I don't care as much if people know about it. I actually want your feedback. If you guys watch that, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the statistically, the Milktown That Dreaded Sundown, our horror movie episode, is our least well-performing episode.
Yeah, which sucks because I really fucking like talking.
And that's
about
the thing
movies
that we enjoy the most. Like, you guys are like, no, talk about Power Rangers, and I'm like, okay,
all right.
There's a silver one that I like. I like the silver one.
That gold guy, not too bad.
But then I'm like, it's like, yeah, I like the silver one, and then the next week I'm like, so anyway, the special effects in The Thing.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about horror movies and crystal clear, audio, HD, and nobody will listen. We'll have another podcast that's like, it gets like all the views, and I'm like, really, guys? You want me to shit in my mic? Okay, cool. Less work for me.
I'm not sure if this is how the YouTube algorithm works, but I hope it is, because I think what it does is whenever you watch something, it recommends videos based on like what all the audience watches too, kind of.
Yeah.
So I've been the other day I was watching an episode of Milktown trying to fall asleep. And
gee, thanks, man.
It's not that it's boring.
No, I get
it's
you, bro.
Just I like falling. I'm a narcissist.
Holy shit!
No,
now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Tell me more.
In all seriousness, the reason why I do that is to get our YouTube watch hours up. So,
dirty secrets of the trade.
Yeah, right.
All right.
But I was looking at the recommended videos too, and it recommended like rent or buy The Thing on YouTube, and I was like, "Hey, it knows."
It's usually pretty good. When it comes to games, you can actually put your own in there. But I'm very excited to announce things because I'm past the point of reviewing games. That's not what my channel's about anymore. It is about games.
You fool! This isn't even my final form.
But anyway, what do we have left? Are we plugging the merch again?
Yeah, we can. I
got merch news, but we'll wait for the regular merch.
Yeah, there's merch in the store, guys. There's 4 hoodies. You've got chocolate, strawberry, 2%, and Galaxy Milktown hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a choose your flavor t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
Test your luck. See which one.
Mario got his Milktown t-shirt that he bought. Mario, as everybody knows, is the creator of the Virginity Sword. At least the concept of the Virginity Sword. And he was like,
the progenitor of the Virginity Sword.
He was like, check what I got. And I was like, word. And people are in my Discord just like, check out the Milktown merch. I was like, holy shit. People are buying the Milktown merch.
Yep.
I love it. But yeah,
pretty cool stuff, man. I enjoy that people are buying it. Mario actually helped me unlock a new merch idea, kind of unintentionally. And I think when I told him about it, I was I was kind of out of it a little bit, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, Mario, you're a genius. And he was like, wait, I am. And
He
I was like,
always does that.
yes. And I was like, no. I was like, I don't want you to think that I'm like I'm patronizing you. Like you literally just helped me unlock an idea.
Yeah, he
And
does that a lot. He doesn't give himself enough credit either.
yeah.
Mans is
And it was just like an offhanded comment, and I was like, I never thought about that. You're awesome.
yeah. Man, having that man in my life for over a decade. Best blessing I could ask for. Man, I fucking love that guy. Mario, if you're listening. Mwah.
Ooh,
Also, you can't take me in Knockout City. But
Kith.
Kith.
Now, Kith.
But I stole the website that we use for merch. For Nostalgia Neat merch now.
You set up a spring store?
I repeatedly, before the episode started, went nostalgianerdshop.com. That's a real URL that you can go to and buy
sick.
shit. My favorite thing there is the mug, and it says "Wake up and don't Banda Panic," which is like what I used to name my fucking Crash Bandicoot episodes.
That's funny
Because Crash Band Panic. Yeah. Anyway, so I have merch too, but Sonny also has merch.
Yeah, I don't advertise that as much. So
man, I was gonna.
The Milktown merch is in the same store as my merch.
I saw that.
But it's I this is what I'm gonna say. I am working on separating the two.
Okay.
I think what I'll wind up doing is just taking my stuff off of it because no one has ordered any of my merch. So
dude, I was gonna surprise you on a random episode and come just full Sunny Says Stuff swagged, man.
Don't.
Just don't.
Don't do it.
Everybody, don't buy my merch. Now everybody's gonna buy it, man. That's the law.
If any of you guys are gonna buy my merch, buy the fanny pack for sure because it's cool.
For sure, yeah.
It comes in different colors. I think there's a banana yellow one.
I'll be able to wear a fanny pack.
You can also wear it up here. You can wear it like a bandolier.
Huh. I never even thought of that.
Yeah, dude.
Does anybody need a pen? Hell yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, there's merch in the store. Nate has his store, nostalgianerdshop.com. Apply directly to the forehead. I have merch, whatever.
I'm gonna link all that shit.
I'll link yours. I'm not gonna link mine. Just
you don't have a choice. It's in the same.
Just don't go clicking around in there. What do you think you're doing? You stay out of there, Mister.
Or Mrs.
Stay out of there.
Or
MX.
Yeah.
We have merch. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, download it. I don't care. Do all the stuff. Share it with your friends, share it with your coworkers, share it with your crush. And if she gets to they get to this part, the person that sent you this likes you very much.
Oh, for sure. And if they send you a little note that says, "Do you like me? Yes or yes?" make sure you highlight both yeses.
Yeah, and don't just like circle an N and an O somewhere in the sentence.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
That's mean and inadvertent. You could just be direct with your feelings and not so rude. But anyway.
I love it.
I don't know if you guys know this. If you guys are Spotify listeners, I do post polls and questions sometimes in Spotify, where if you click on the episode, it'll pull it up and you can kind of get some interaction in there too. And it's nice to see stuff like that too, just to kind of gauge what you guys are interested in hearing about. It's not that we're running out of stuff to talk about. It's just I like to know what you guys want to hear about because I can talk at length about anything. Obviously, I talked at length today about disc golf. But,
hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I just I like having these conversations, and if you guys are enjoying it, please consider maybe picking up a piece of Milktown merch. And if you use the code VSWORD, that's VSWORD, all lowercase, you'll get 10% off of your order.
Yeah.
And that is valid through the weekend of July 4th. So
spicy.
Pretty easy to do, and I will say, if you guys are worried about the merch, there should be. I don't know if there's reviews, but so far, the reviews that we've gotten personally have been glowing.
Yeah.
So, someone bought a hoodie, and it's the middle of summer, and it's too hot to
I was about
wear.
to say, yeah, one of the reviews we got was it's 105 outside, so I'm gonna save this. But this is awesome, guys. And I was like, I was aghast. Such support. I fucking love it.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
it's very cool. I like that you guys are into it. Yeah, I, I love you.
I'm nostalgia says stuff.
And I'm Sunny Nate. Is that where that was leading?
I guess so. I didn't think it through, man. I never do.
I guess I'm Sunny Nate, and this has been episode 14 of Milktown. And guys, we just want you to have just the best fucking week, please.
You gotta do the hand clasp. I got addicted after last episode. Oh, the best.
Okay, the last episode I did the Shia LaBeouf, do it, and I've got to enunciate like that because it cut out. You couldn't hear me do the do it.
Shit. Okay.
So I'll this is my high school theater reenactment of Shia LaBeouf's "Just Do It" speech.
Here we go.
Make your dreams come true. Yesterday, you said today.
No.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it. And that's it. Scene.
I'm nostalgia Nate.
And I'm Sunny Nate.
We're your milkmen, I guess.
I'm Milk.
A man.
Fuck.
Fuck!